Good morning. Welcome back to the start of another weekly vlog. I definitely slept in a little bit later than I intended to today, so I'm gonna start by just getting my planner set up for the day. Normally I would have wanted to do this Friday night, but I did not get around to it last night, so I'm gonna set it up now before I head to yoga. Because I slept in and we signed up for a 9:30 a.m. yoga class, I don't really have time to do my morning routine before heading out, so I'm gonna schedule that for when I get back from yoga and then just map out the rest of my day. Nothing too crazy going on today, a little bit of filming. Luckily, I finished editing the vlog earlier in the week during my lunchtime. I don't know when I would have edited it today. That was also on the schedule for today, but like now that I look at it, there really wouldn't have been any time. I'm also going to go ahead and set up Sunday while I'm here in my planner. You'll notice that I actually leave 2 lines now for every hour. Mostly, I just don't need it to go as late as I was or have it start as early as I was on the weekends, and I like having that extra half-hour slot for some of the days. I don't really need it as much on Sunday, as you'll see, but on Saturday I liked having that extra half hour. On Sunday, I actually kind of have everything that I slated to do done by 7, which I'm excited about, to have just kind of the evening to relax, or let's be honest, maybe catch up if I don't get to all of these things. All right, I finally feel like I can actually get my day started now at 12:15, but it's been a good morning so far. We slept in, like I mentioned, and then we went to yoga, which was great. It's been a really long time since I just took a normal yoga class, like not heated, not to hip hop music, like basic yoga, and it was good. I actually kind of enjoyed it. I used to get really bored in yoga, like basic yoga classes, if it wasn't power yoga or like even heated, like slightly heated, or like the yoga class I like to hip hop music. If it was just basic yoga, I would get really bored and my mind would wander a lot. And I don't know if it is just I'm better at yoga in general, or I'm a little bit more mindful. I mean, I don't meditate or anything, but like I felt like I was really present in the class. I don't know. It was really good, and I feel like it's been a long time since I've said that about just like a basic yoga class. And then we came home. I made some breakfast. Brunch. We had avocado toast, which was delicious. I think the one big thing that always scared me from making avocado toast at home was having avocados, or avocado anything at home really, was having avocados that were the correct ripeness, because buying them and then having them when you want them at the correct ripeness, I feel like is very difficult. But when I go grocery shopping on Friday, I just get one that's like basically exactly how I want it, and then I use it for avocado toast on Saturday, and it's perfect. So that is what I've been doing the past couple of weeks, and I think I'm gonna continue that, because then it's a treat on Saturdays after we get back from the gym. And I know that the avocado is perfect because I just bought it yesterday. And then I showered, I tidied up the apartment, made the bed, that kind of stuff, and now I'm ready to get my day started. A little bit later than I had intended, but I don't think that the one little word project this month is going to take me as long as prior months or even potentially future months. And the reason is, first, I already watched the class. I watched the class last weekend when I was home in Chicago while I was getting ready to go meet my friends. The other reason is I'm not doing it exactly the way that she did it. So the February project, it seems like always, is a vision board. And she does it the way you would traditionally consider a vision board. So you flip through a magazine, you cut out things, pictures, and words that you like, and then you put them down on a piece of paper or something. She has also done it on canvases in the past and then hangs them up in her office. I really like that idea potentially for the future. If I had a space to hang something like that I could look at all the time, I would, but I don't right now. But this year she actually did it in her album, which is what I had planned to do as well, is have it in the album. So I liked watching her do that and get ideas from that, but she did like a fold out, so it was 4 different pages essentially of this big fold out, and she did it by flipping through magazines, and so it obviously took her a while. I don't have any magazines except for like a handful of bridal magazines that I still haven't gone through, but I don't necessarily want to use those for my vision board because I want to use them for my wedding stuff, and that's it. I don't have anything that would be related to any of my other goals or any sort of other inspiration. And so I contemplated buying them for a minute, and then I was just like, you know what? That is a waste. Like, that's a waste of money when I can go find images on the internet. But the problem with that is then it can't be as sort of like abstract, I guess, as when you are putting pictures from magazines or words from magazines, because I can be a little bit more strategic about the size and the shape of the photos, and I can make them whatever I want. And at first I didn't like that idea, but then I thought, you know what, that's me. I am a very like methodical, I feel like everything needs a method and a system, and I like things to be even and clean. So what I decided to do was take one of the pages, it's a 6x8 album, so there is a page that's got 2x2 squares. If you've watched some of my other memory keeping stuff in vlogs, you know what I'm talking about. And so there's 12 2x2 squares. So what I did was I went to the drugstore. Well, what I did first actually was scroll through Pinterest. Well, what I did first was scroll through Pinterest. Actually, before that even, I pulled some of my own photos. So there were two things that I wanted like my own pictures of. So I grabbed those. Then I started scrolling through Pinterest, and for some of the things I knew that I could easily get a visual. So I Googled like kind of exactly what I wanted, or Pinterest searched exactly what I wanted. And then some of them I knew like there probably wasn't gonna be a picture, so I kind of went more quotes. I love quotes, and so I got like quotes for those goal related things. Actually, the first thing I did before I even started looking for pictures, I should have started with this, was think about what I wanted them to be. So there's 12 boxes and I have 8 goals. So it was really easy to be like, okay, well, each of my goals is gonna have a picture or quote associated with it. Then the remaining 4, I'll just do some form of the word love because it's my word of the year, and that's what one little word is all about. And so I'll just have a different version of the word love. And I stuck with that for the most part. One of my goals I did split up into 2 pictures, and that's the physical health goal, because I feel like that's really 2 components. It's the eating piece and the physical piece. So I have 2 pictures for that one, so then I only have 3 of the word love. So what I did was I went and got them printed at the drugstore. I just made collages. I made 6 on one and 6 on the other. So I don't know that this is exactly how I'm gonna have them arranged, but I thought I would just show them to you here. So this one is about decluttering. So it's a quote about like clutter. I thought about trying to find a picture for that, but I just went ahead with the quote for that one. This one is about friendship. Same thing. I almost did a picture here, like even a personal photo of like me and my friends, but I have so, like this is a very vast, it's not just like one set of friends, it's all of my friends. So I did a quote instead. Playing with Lakin, this is mine. I just took my logo. This is one of the word loves. This is another one of the word loves. And then this is the one photo I knew I wanted of us, like my own photo to be my marriage relationship one. And then on this one, I have a quote for the daily routine. I have, this is another one of the word loves, but this one kind of looks like a wedding a little bit. So I feel like that kind of worked for that one too. This is for the memory keeping one. This is for the physical health. This is for food. And then this is for fitness. Yeah, and then this one is for the mindset, mental health. But I feel like this one kind of also works for mental health as well. But I'm really excited about how the kind of color schemes turned out. Most of them I just found on Pinterest, truthfully. I did make 2 myself, and that's these 2 I made myself. I found the quote on Pinterest while I was searching, but I couldn't find a style that was like in the colors that I wanted, or like the style to go with everything else. So I used an app called Word Swag. I know I have the paid version. I paid for it a long time ago. I don't know what it comes with if you do the free version, but it's a really cool app where you get to pick a background. So both of these backgrounds were like from the app, and then you type in words, and then you can pick a different style, and it gives you so many options. Like if you see people that have cool things they post on social media and it's like funky, unless they're like experts in like Photoshop or design, Word Swag is like, I feel like 9 times out of 10 where it came from. So I use that to design both of these myself. So I'm gonna start by making a cup of tea. I have a really big sweet tooth. I actually watched a video yesterday from Diva and the Divine, who I like watching her weight loss and her goal related stuff. She does talk a lot about religious, like faith things, hence the name Diva and the Divine. So if that's something you're not interested in, maybe don't go check her out. But I do like watching her. I actually met her in Chicago at one of the Erin Condren events. But she posted a video yesterday about dealing with your sweet tooth, and that is a big struggle for me. I have a huge sweet tooth, and I'm like an all or nothing. Like I can't just have like a bite of chocolate. It turns into like it's just not good. So I'm trying to do like sweeter teas. So like the one I made today is like chocolate and graham cracker or something ridiculous. I've had it for a while. It's one of the David's tea ones, and I'm gonna try and use that to curb my sweet tooth. I'm the kind of person that needs something sweet like at the end of every meal. I don't know what that is, but I'm working on it. And her video did have a lot of great suggestions that I'm gonna try, but tea is one of the things I'm trying on my own to help with that. So I'm gonna make a cup of tea that's sweet and then get started on this project. Okay, I cut them all up and I figured out the order that I want the pictures to be on that side, and then now I'm trying to figure out what to do on the back. And I grabbed this piece of patterned paper, and I could just do that across the whole thing. I also ripped off one of these note to self pages. It's like a whole pad that came with the kit, these note to self. And I thought about cutting that up and putting that on the back. I just can't decide if I like the way that that looks cut up or not. I guess I could maybe also try putting it not in the middle. I don't know if that would change. I don't love it. That's why I'm not like doing it right away and kind of trying to think about it. I'll put this on the bottom. I don't know. I can't decide if I like it cut up like that. All right. I decided just to go with the patterned paper on the background. It is kind of boring, and I just realized that this one is totally going the wrong direction. It's the only one going the wrong direction. Well, that was a big fail. That was also the first one I put down. All right, I wasn't gonna put anything else on the back, like any other decorative elements, but because this is the only one going the other direction, I feel like I need to put something there to like call it out or seem like I did it on purpose. So let me see. Okay, so I have these little hearts. Take action, move forward, note to self. Yes, I can. And then I also have like some of these little ones. This is me. This is my story. I kind of like that one. And then I also have these puffy stickers. Yes, I can. This word. Progress, not perfection. I don't know, maybe that one, because it's like, it's not perfect because it's the opposite direction of everything else. Making progress, embracing imperfection. Maybe that one. I'll do that one. So I'm gonna take this out. I'll show you the other side in a second. So I'm gonna put this little sticker here. There we go. All right, I kind of like that little thing in the corner and, you know, acknowledging that it's the only one going that direction. Oh well. And then on the other side, I just have my vision board. So it's got my 12 pictures, and this is the order that I ended up putting them in. I just tried to make it a little bit balanced. And then on the actual divider, all I did was put the little February heart, and I lined it up so that it looked like it was on the corner. I wanted to actually put it like this, like on a corner or like an intersection. In January, I ended up not doing it. I'll show you what I did. So I kind of wanted to replicate that for February, but I put it on the actual like divider and not on the vision board. I didn't put any sort of embellishments on the vision board. I kind of felt like the pictures could speak for themselves. I didn't actually finish my intentions page yet from January. I might go back and do that at some point today, but I'm a little bit behind on time, so I'm gonna move forward with my day, and if I have time at the end of the day or maybe tomorrow, I'll finish this, but I'm not stressing about it. And then I ended up putting the January heart here. I wanted to kind of put it here, but it didn't stand out as much. And so then I almost put it here because then it really stood out, but I kind of liked this plain. And because you can see the quote when this page is down, that was the other problem with the corner too, is I wanted to like the way it looked like this. And then also like from the very front when it's all closed together, I wanted to like it as well. And I felt like I didn't need to see that January heart like from the beginning. So that's why I kind of put it on this picture on the inside. All right, I am back on schedule. I cleaned up the one little word stuff. I filmed a plan with me. I cleaned up that. And now I have 30 minutes to get ready before Sam is gonna be home, and we're going to film a video together. That video will already be up by the time this vlog goes up, so go check it out. I'm super excited to film. I asked some questions. I asked you both here on YouTube in the community tab and then on Instagram for questions. We got a lot of great ones, and I can't wait to film this video with him. Here's the problem. My hair is still wet. Like it's obviously not soaking, but like it's still damp. Like I can't put a curling iron or a straightener on this yet. And I hate blow drying my hair. I just feel like it makes it frizzy. I mean, I could just like let it like stay natural, but I wanted to do something with it. But it's still freaking damp. Oh my God. It's been over 3 hours since I got out of the shower. 3.5 basically. What? So anyways, I am gonna start with my makeup, and hopefully by the time I'm done with that, my hair will be dry enough that I can do something with it. Otherwise, it's either gonna, I'm either gonna have to pull out the blow dryer that I never use, or I'm just gonna have to let it go natural or push back filming a little bit. We have a little bit of time. So I originally had told Sam that I wanted to start, so let me rewind. So originally we made plans for tonight to celebrate Valentine's Day because I'm out of town next weekend. Then I realized that I wanted to film with him. So I was like, can we tack on filming, you know, in advance of our date? And he was like, yeah, that's fine. Then he told me he wanted to go shopping for new workout clothes since we've been going to the gym so much. And so I was like, great, then I need you to be ready at 4. That gives us enough time to film our video, go to Old Navy to go workout clothes shopping. I think that's the best place. Let me know if you have any other recommendations for workout clothes, especially for guys. I'm pretty good. I could use a couple new tops, but I'm totally good on leggings. And then I made a dinner reservation for 7 downtown. It's really more like Midtown, Flatiron area. And then we have plans after that. Well, then while I was cleaning something, I found some Old Navy bucks that don't start until like the February 20th, I think. It's after I get back. And so I was like, Sam, can you hold out another like 2 weeks in order for us to use this Old Navy cash? And he was like, yeah, that's fine. So we cut Old Navy. So we do have a little bit of time. Like we don't need 3 hours to film and then get down to our dinner reservation. So if I wait a little bit and let my hair dry and then we start after that, I think it'll be fine. I will tell you now where we are going after dinner because I am not planning to bring you along because it is not appropriate for YouTube. I don't even want to say it because I don't want YouTube to like register what it is and have it like, I don't know. I don't even want to say it out loud. I'm going to pop up on the screen the name of the place that we're going. And if you are curious and you want more information, you can go Google it. It is a place in New York that Sam's been wanting to go for a long time. I'm intrigued, but I'm also like, I mean, I could go with or without it, but that's where we're going tonight after dinner. Hello, happy Sunday. I have found my new favorite coffee shop. I have talked about the struggle before that I have with finding a coffee shop to go get work done in my neighborhood. There are lots of Starbucks that I can go to, which is great, but I like going to like the cute little hole-in-the-wall type coffee shops, the mom and pop type shops. However, all the ones, at least till today, that I've gone to in my neighborhood don't have Wi-Fi. They want you to not like be on your computer. And I'm like, okay, but that's why I'm coming to the coffee shop, because I want to be productive and not sit at home. And so I've always struggled like, well, if I need the internet to do whatever I'm doing, like I did today, I can't go to those. But I also don't want to go sit at Starbucks for like 4 hours. So I got back on Yelp and I did some research and I found this place that I actually just thought was a wine bar. I'd been to it before at night as a wine bar, but turns out during the day, it's really more of a coffee shop and they have Wi-Fi, tons of seating. The coffee was great, like normal, reasonably priced. It wasn't crazy. It was a $4 latte, but like that's where everywhere else is, or if not more. They played great music. It was like a playlist of acoustic covers of like all of your favorite songs. It was great. It was just great. And they had food. I didn't end up getting anything to eat. I just got coffee, but I loved it. I had a great experience and I definitely will be back. It's a little bit further maybe than some of the other options, especially than Starbucks. But I also think that being further from home might be better, because then like it is more of an effort to leave and go home. Does that make sense? Anyways, I had a very productive Sunday afternoon. Got a lot of stuff done and now I'm headed to go get a facial. So again, I'm gonna talk about the balance of not starting too many goals at one time, because you don't want to do too much at once and get overwhelmed. But at the same time, like sometimes I just feel like I need to make progress on things that I actually didn't put down. And starting facials for the wedding is one of those things. I did not put it on my goals list yet, but I was like, you know what, I'm ready to start. And I got this recommendation from a friend of mine who lives here in the city. She goes to a different location. It's like a chain in New York. Actually, I don't know if it's a chain other places too, it might be. But what I was looking for was something that had like a subscription service, kind of. Something that was gonna give me a discount if I came once a month, every single month, for a set period of time. So I haven't signed up for that yet. Today I just am getting one, and if I like it, then I might sign up for their subscription service or their monthly pass or whatever it's called. But I'm excited to try it. I've gotten like maybe 2 facials my whole life. I definitely haven't ever really gotten them consistently, so I'm excited. I know there's a lot that goes into having good skin, what you eat, what you drink, how much water you drink, taking care of it, washing your makeup off. But I do think that getting facials on a regular basis is something that helps. I also think it's kind of one of those things that knowing that I'm going to get the facial might encourage me or inspire me to do all those other things that are good for my skin. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, you're going to the dentist, so you're going to brush your teeth more. So we'll see if that actually pans out. But I'm excited. Hello, good evening. I got home a little while ago. I got home and then I ate dinner with Sam, and then he headed out to go to a networking / Oscars watch party. I mean, he said I could come. It's an Oscars watch party, but he is planning to network there. So I was like, no, I haven't seen like any of the movies and it's going to end super late and I'm just gonna stay home because that sounds way better. My facial was awesome. My face is still a little red. The biggest thing I think I learned was she was very educational on what kind of skin I had and what I needed to do and use for that skin. And I feel like I've never had that before at anywhere. I feel like I've always assumed I had a certain type of skin, and today I learned I have normal sensitive skin. I always put myself in the oily category, and she was like, no, not really. Maybe because it's winter, I don't see it as much. Maybe it'll be different in the summer, but I don't really think you're that oily. But you do definitely have sensitive skin. I have never had like an issue before with my skin, so I never really thought of it as sensitive, but she was like, no, it definitely is. You need to make sure that you're using products geared towards sensitive skin. So that was really helpful. She was very educational, but at the same time, it was very relaxing. Like, she didn't talk a ton through it. Like, she talked at the beginning, we know she has to ask me a bunch of questions, and then she would just be quiet and allow me to just like relax and sit in silence. I could hear there was music, but it was very nice. And she also wasn't super pushy. Like, she asked me while we were still like in our like room by ourselves, she was like, do you want me to recommend any products? And I was like, well, that first off, like, that I feel like is not the question usually. Like, let me recommend you some products, because they sell products in their store from a bunch of different lines. Like, they don't have their own line. And I said yes, because I do want to purchase some new products. I think I'm probably gonna wait until like Ulta and Sephora have sales, or I get coupons before I buy any new products. I think the other problem that I think I have sometimes with skin products, I have a bunch of random stuff that I've gotten from subscription boxes, or I've bought like samplers or whatever, and I'm trying to like use all of that, and I don't use one thing consistently. I just kind of bounce around, and that's probably not the best. I probably should buy like a full size of one thing and like consistently use that one thing. So she showed me her recommendations, but then she wasn't super pushy about like, oh, you need to get these today. She was like, just so you know, like, here are the things that I recommend. And I like took pictures of all the things she recommended. And then I went ahead and signed up for the monthly like membership. They have one that alternates between a 30-minute and a 50-minute, which I thought was perfect, because the thing that the 50-minute has at the 30-minute is extractions. And while that probably is something I need, and maybe in the summer, maybe I'll up it to 50 every time because my pores get much more clogged. We'll see. I mean, if I come back next time and she's like, no, it's bad, maybe I'll up it to 50 every time, or maybe once we get closer to the wedding. I don't know. Anyways, that was a lot of rambling, but it was good. It is New York, LA, and then Philly. It's kind of random, but those are the 3 cities that they're in. If you are interested in checking it out, it's called Heyday Skincare, and if you say you're recommended by me, you get $10 off your first visit. That's just like a generic program that they have. You get $10 off your first visit, and I get $10 towards my next one. So if you're interested in checking it out, I recommend it. I think it was great. It was super educational, and that also could have just been my esthetician, but like, I have a feeling they're probably very similar and trained, and the facilities were super nice as well, like cozy, like clean and professional, but cozy as well. So I really liked it. Now it is 7 on a Sunday, and I did everything I needed to do today, and Sam is not here. So I'm trying to decide. These are the things I'm debating between getting a head start on editing, because the footage for both the video for the plan with me and for Friday's video are long. So I could get a jump start on editing. I could do nothing, like take a bubble bath and read and get in bed early. I could sort of finish cleaning the shelves from last week's weekly vlog. I did finish cleaning the shelves. I mean, you saw them, they're beautiful. But there are like 4 or 5 Erin Condren bags at the base of the shelves that have different things in them. One has my necklaces I need to go through. One has all the Rogue Washi that needs to get back in the drawers. One has the binder stuff that I need to put in the page protectors. And one has, I feel like there's one more, I don't know what it is. Anyway, I could kind of organize those things and kind of clean through them and like watch SVU. That's what I'm leaning towards, because I feel like it's somewhat productive, like making use of my time. If Sam was here, we would just watch a movie and do nothing. But because he's not here, I feel like I want to do something with that. But like editing just feels like a bit too intense for Sunday night. Oh, I remembered. Okay, when I was walking to my facial, I think there was something that I was going to ask you, and then by the time I got through all the other stuff I talked about, I forgot what it was, and I just remembered what it is. So I have an app that I use to track like TV shows and when new episodes are, and I went to my app today to check off that we watched the newest SVU. I keep talking about SVU. The newest one this morning. And so I checked it off, and then I noticed I forgot that there were new episodes. There was a whole new season of The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina on Netflix. I can't decide if it's worth diving into. So let me know in the comments if you've watched it. Is it worth it? So I also feel like the other part of it is I feel like I need to go back and rewatch at least season 2. So season 1, I like watched when it came out, and then season 2 came out the weekend I got my wisdom teeth removed, which was perfect. So I rewatched all of season 1 and then the new season 2 while I was recovering with my wisdom teeth. And so I feel like after watching it twice, I like remember, I can tell you what happened in season 1, but I don't really remember what happened in season 2, so I kind of feel like I should rewatch that. So it's like rewatching and then watching all of season 3, and I just can't decide if it's worth it. So hello, happy Monday. I am home from work. I already took my makeup off. The candles are lit. My water cup is filled. Oh, by the way, guess what I learned this morning? So our gym has this like machine that you can step on that tells you your body fat percentage, your muscle composition, and how much of your body is like fat, muscle, and water. And the machine told me that my water was down and that I'm not drinking enough water. And I told the guy, I was like, I feel like I drink a lot of water. And he was like, well, maybe the cups that you're drinking aren't as big as you think. So go home and like look at the measuring like device, the thing that measures water. I can't even think of what it's called right now, the Pyrex thing. See what 8 ounces look like, see what 16 ounces look like, and then measure the cups that you're actually drinking out of and see how much water you're really drinking. I have been tracking this guy as 30 ounces. It is only 24. It is only 24 ounces. And 6 ounces may not seem like that big of a difference, but like I definitely have been overestimating the amount of water I've been drinking. So that is probably not great, especially since one of my goals for this month was to track my water, and my cup was off of what I thought it was. But anyways, that is not what I hopped on here to tell you. I have a few minutes left in my like commute and unwind and like unpack time. I wanted to share something with you that just like really hit me today. You do not have to listen to every podcast or watch every YouTube video or any kind of content you're consuming, a book, a blog post, whatever it is, a movie, a TV show. If you're not enjoying it 100%, don't finish it. Do not finish it. I'm gonna go sit down because I feel like I'm gonna need more than 3 seconds to finish this little spiel. I am a completionist, and I always feel like I need to listen to every episode of a podcast. I need to watch every YouTube video. I found a new YouTuber that I like that is like Weight Watchers Focus, and I like feel like I need to go back and watch every single one of her videos. I do not. And then even today, a YouTuber that I really like uploaded a video, and I got like 50% maybe of the way through it, and I was like, I'm not getting anything out of this, and I'm not enjoying this. And I just clicked out, and I was like, it's okay. You can just click out. I did it recently with a podcast too. I find a new podcast I like. I feel like I need to go back and listen to every single episode. Not every single episode is going to apply to me. So whether it's something that you're going back and watching or listening to, or something that you currently consume, if it's my content, like I won't be offended, Charlie. Your time is valuable. If it is not bringing you value to listen or watch the whole piece of content, don't do it. Like, it's okay. I'm giving you permission, especially like books. I know people struggle a lot with finishing books, and I get it. I can be the same way. I need to read the book to the very end. You don't always need to read the book to the very end, especially if it's like a nonfiction book and you feel like you've gotten something out of it, or you feel like you're getting nothing out of it. Like maybe you don't need to read the whole thing. And sometimes I feel like that's hard, especially if we pay for things, pay for books, pay for content. But I just think we have to remember that the content that we consume is meant to bring us value. And if it is not bringing enough value for the time that it's taking away, then like, let's just quit it. Let's quit it. So I'm trying to remember that I feel like especially the people that I really like to consume content from, I like, you know, their video and their podcast and their books and their paid courses and like just all the things. And like, that might just not be necessary. I also feel like this spirals into, what is that word? Like, what's it called? When you do so much consuming of education and learning and never actually putting things into action. I feel like I'm really guilty of that too. I'm really guilty of like, oh, well, I can't actually start doing a thing until I watch this entire person's backlog of whatever in order to be an expert on that thing. And that's not true either. There is so much knowledge gained from experience, more so than consuming somebody else's content. So I'm much better off, like, continue to consume it if it's bringing me value, but also start just doing it myself and seeing how it goes. And then if like learning as I go. I struggle with that a lot in general, like not being able to do something or start something until it's perfect, and that just, oh, it's not good. Let me know in the comments, like, have you ever felt this way? Is there something that in your life that you really just need to start and just need to take action, but you struggle sometimes with trying to gather all the information and the knowledge instead of just doing it? Anyways, that is my time management tip for the week. I feel like this is a theme. We had one last week, we have one this week. I'm not promising them every week, but there's another one for you. Hello, happy Wednesday. I am feeling pretty good. The last 3 days have been really awesome. I have gone to the gym in the morning. I have eaten on plan. I feel really good. I went to Weight Watchers today, and that is 4 weeks since I started going. That's what they told me when I was there today. And I'm down 7 pounds. So that is really exciting. It's really exciting. I'm not like super like, let me share all the numbers with you, because I'm not necessarily, I don't have a goal weight that I'm shooting for. My goals really are to feel better and to feel confident in myself, especially on my wedding day, but in general to feel better. And then also to instill healthy habits and healthy mindsets so that I can continue to live healthily for the rest of my life. I know that I don't have a healthy relationship with food. I don't necessarily enjoy eating vegetables. I have a couple that I do like. Sam actually asked me the other day. He was like, name the vegetables that you actually like eating. And I was like, okay, I like mushrooms. I like asparagus. I like onions, if those count. I like Brussels sprouts most of the time if they're cooked well. I like broccoli if it's cooked well. So there are vegetables that I don't hate. Brooke, my friend Brooke's probably laughing at me, but I don't necessarily like crave them or love them. But I'm working on figuring out what works for me in terms of enjoying my meals without them being, you know, super duper unhealthy or just with a bunch of sugar. Sugar really is my problem more than anything. I have a sugar problem. I'll tell you, my like new go-to is applesauce. That is like what I have after dinner because I always need something sweet. And I mean, yes, I could eat like a real whole fruit, but this feels a little bit more like a dessert because it's soft and I get to eat it with a spoon. But it's like the unsweetened applesauce where the ingredients literally are apples. So that's my new sweet tooth end of night thing. But anyways, that is not what I'm here to talk about. I have three things that I'm gonna tell you. The first one is about expertise. So I think sometimes we struggle in general in life, or I struggle with trying to be an expert at absolutely everything, and I need to know all the details and all the information so that I can make the best decision for anything and everything. And I met this woman at the Olay Beauty event who focuses on skincare here in New York, and we followed each other on Instagram, and I've actually been loving her. I'll pop up her Instagram here. I'm gonna mess up like the underscores if I don't. But I've been loving her content, and she just talks, again, a lot about skincare and some really basic things that I think help a lot of people. But she also always posts like on her stories, her skincare of the day in the morning and then in the evening. And yes, was it yesterday or this morning? I don't know, recently. I think it was this morning. And I responded and said, I have heard of 0 of these brands. And that is what makes skincare so overwhelming for me. There are just too many options and I don't know what to pick or where to go. And she was like, you have to remember that this is my thing. I have a blog about skincare. So I am an expert and I try a lot of different skincare and a lot of different brands. Don't overwhelm yourself. Start with, and she listed a couple of things, and she sent me to a blog post that was like skincare for beginners. But what really stuck with me was her saying like, she's the expert. And so she's gonna know everything about that one in particular topic. I don't have to be the expert in every particular topic. I finally have accepted, if you watched last week's plan with me, I was like having an Enneagram crisis. Well, I went and listened to a bunch of podcasts by Annie Downs, who is very spiritual. So if you're not into that, don't go listen to her podcast. But I started by listening to the one with her, with Emily Lay. So I wanted to listen to Emily's interview. And then I ended up listening to a bunch of her Enneagrams. She did like a series where she talks with a person, actually multiple people from each of the different types. And I finally have admitted that I am a 3. And even the 3 in the episode was like, I was having a crisis. I didn't know if I was a 1, a 2, a 3. I was confused. That's me. I'm a 3. Okay. So now that we know that, my struggle is I need to be an expert in all the things, but I don't. So neither do you. Just keep that in mind. If there's something that you feel like is overwhelming because there's too much information, and so you feel like you need to gather all the information in order to really own that piece of your life, especially if it's something that it has to be a part of your life, skincare or cooking or fitness or whatever it is that you were like, well, I have to do this thing because I'm an adult, but I'm not an expert on it. That's okay. Just keep that in mind. All right, the second thing is actually a package that I got. It's a package I wasn't expecting. And then I remembered that somebody had asked me for my work address in an email or in a message. And so I assumed that that is where this came from. So Angie, thank you so much for sending me this package. I started to open it at work, clearly, and then, because I was impatient, I wanted to know what was inside. And then I realized that it was all individually wrapped, so I thought it would be much more fun to open together. So what the note from her says is that she has a nail polish brand. So she picked some nail polishes that she thought I would like, especially ones that are Harry Potter themed, because I love me some Harry Potter. So she included some of them. Like I said, they're all little individually wrapped, and then some of them have little notes on them. So let me open up the first one. So it's painted phalanges. I love that. That is such a cute like concept for nails. And this one is Toes in the Sand, Not a Worry in the World. Oh, I love that song. By the way, Zac Brown Band is one of like my top bands that I want to see live still. But anyway, this one is like a neutral, but it's got some sparkles. It kind of just looks like sand, but super cute. I do love to do neutrals sometimes because then you can't tell when it grows out as much. Okay, this one says, this is absolutely a lichen color. Oh, this is like super neutral. This is like basically the color I have on my nails right now. Island in the Sun. I wonder if she has like collections, because they both say Not a Worry in the World underneath the name. Also, I don't know that you're basing it off that Zac Brown Band, but that's what I had. I thought this might be a good school color. It's an orange. Oh my gosh. I love how thoughtful. This is such a thoughtful gift. Oh my gosh. Look at this burnt orange nail polish. It's called Monster Party. All right. This one had a little note on it, just like a recommendation to use it as a topper, not by itself. Because it's like this gold sparkly, and it's called My Niffler. Oh, such a cute name. Oh my God. Harry Potter. I love me some Harry Potter. All right. This one doesn't look like it has a sticky note on it, but it's also a very lichen color. Look at this. Look at that gorgeous bright. And it is called Merlin's Beard. There's one more in here. I will definitely link her shop below if you're interested in nail colors. I think things like this make great gifts. I talk about that tea company a lot that does like fan fiction themed teas, because I think that those make really fun gifts. Like just buying somebody tea is one thing, but buying somebody Harry Potter themed tea is more fun. And then there's this one that's kind of that same gray, like neutral, but it's got blue sparkles in it, and it is called Moony. Oh, that's cute. I am so excited about these. Angie, thank you so much for sending them. The last thing I have to tell you, I don't think I'm gonna clean out my dresser tonight. So for a couple of reasons. Of course, I have a whole list of reasons, right? Okay, so the first one is I didn't cook a HelloFresh meal earlier in the week, and so I had to cook one tonight. And so I had allowed 2 hours to clean out my dresser, and now it's already 8 o'clock. So I really would only have 1 hour if I'm still gonna start my like evening wind down at 9. The second reason is I like mentally put cleaning out the dresser on this day because I figured it would be helpful to clean out my dresser and pack on the same day. But then I didn't put any time in for actually packing. That just didn't, I don't know what I was thinking. But I need to pack, and that's probably at least a 30-minute activity. The third reason is I think it's gonna take me more than 2 hours. I had slated 2 hours for it, but when I was like printing out the documents and kind of flipping through them, like to actually, so some of the types of clothes, I do actually wanna try everything on when I'm decluttering and documenting, because I want the picture that's in the documentation to be of me. Now things like t-shirts, those I can just take the picture of, but things like pants, and leggings, I kind of want to take a picture with those on in order to do that. So while I could declutter my dresser in 2 hours, no documentation, there's no way I could declutter and document. I don't think so in 2 hours. Even, I mean, we already established that I don't even have 2 hours because it's 8 o'clock and I have to pack. But even if I had my 7 to 9 that I'd originally slated, I don't think that I would finish. So I'm gonna move it to another day. I did leave some buffer time in my month, so I hopefully will have time to finish it still this month. If I don't, I don't, and that is what it is, but it's not happening tonight. With that, I am gonna close out the weekly vlog because I am leaving tomorrow for Texas, and so tomorrow's just gonna be crazy. I'm gonna get up. Oh, there was another reason. There was one more reason I'm not gonna clean out my closet, and that is I am trying to do Thursdays as my rest day, Thursday mornings, because there weren't any classes that were super exciting to me. But because I'm going out of town this weekend, I am going to work out tomorrow morning. And again, none of the like 6:30 or 7 classes excite me, but there's a 6 a.m. one that sounds great. So I'm gonna take a 6 a.m. class, which means I have to get up at 5:30, which means I need to be in bed earlier. So really, when you count cooking the food and packing and going to bed early, my 2 hours just went away. So with that, I'm gonna close out this weekly vlog so I can finish all those things and get ready and head to Texas. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, please click that subscribe button. I upload new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Thank you so much for watching. Happy planning. I have a kitty on my lap. Oh, do you want to say hi, kitty? Do you want to say hi to the friends? She's purring. Can you hear her purrs? Oh, sweet kitty. Avocados that were the white whiteness. How do I want to word this? I had a question for y'all, but what was it? And read early? That's not what I meant to say.